But there's a line item in the revenues called open space. It's $2,350,000. I think that's illegal, that you're utilizing open space money, putting it into the operation of the county budget. That doesn't sound right. Maybe you cleared it up since 2 weeks ago, but I still have this original amendment. In addition, I guess just one other comment. In the expense under salaries and wages, that had gone up about $2 million, and I guess Director Caroselli did mention that it was more $2 million more in salaries, and I would assume that was the personnel costs that you had in the open space trust fund, which was disallowed from the state. So now it's going back into the operations of the budget. But that's it. But I mean, I really do have, I must take exception to that open space money. Somebody could explain that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Patterson. The county council can explain that.
It is definitely under the statute, it's a permissible use of open space funds. In addition to acquisition, the statute specifically provides for utilization of those funds to maintain the property that's acquired and maintain property that's utilized for open space. That's what this will be utilized for, is I believe towards operating expenses.
Thank you.
Tina Renham Cranford. So can you please clarify, if someone's salary is being paid through the Open Space Trust Fund, then they must be working on properties that were acquired by the Open Space Trust Fund. They can't be working in Montano Park, they can't be cutting trees, they can't be running music fest. They have to be working on the property that was preserved by the Open Space Trust Fund. If you can clarify that, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Through you, Madam Chair, that is not accurate. It can be utilized for salaries and maintenance of open space, whether it was properties acquired through open space funds or otherwise acquired by the county.
Thank you.
John Berry, Kenilworth. On this budget amendment, two things. First, you're using about $1 million of miscellaneous revenue, not anticipated, whatever, which is the non-budget stuff. How much do you have left non-budget after you use this $1 million? And the other thing is, you can't use open space. That's absolutely insane. Otherwise, in 2000, when this thing was passed, you could have used the full $11 million to run the Parks Department, because that was something that was acquired or whatever that you had. That's a terrible, terrible, terrible interpretation. And if these tree huggers had any sense, they would be suing you if anybody told them what you were doing. At any other county, this would be, I mean, somebody would be up in arms. But in this county, you get to do whatever you want, apparently. Thank you. And remember, the MRN, how much. Now, the open space. You also took $500,000 in 2009 from the Open Space Trust Fund to the Capital Improvement Fund, $32,500 in 08, $600,000 in 07, and that's as far back as it goes. In addition to this ridiculous contention that you have that you can use that money for anything, which is really dangerous. I mean, if this becomes a precedent, like I said before, you could have passed this thing in 2001 and not bought anything at all under your guidelines now. You could have used it all to pay the Parks Department back then. And that was certainly not the intention. Now, you're getting very bad advice, and maybe it's advice you're looking for, but this is very dangerous, and if other counties start doing that, there'll be repercussions. I'd suggest you actually get outside legal opinion on this one. I mean, someone who isn't padding their pension on your payroll. Thank you.
During some of the questions and debate this evening, I had asked that that we pull the wording of the question from the open space referendum. And in here, it outlines what purposes money raised by the funds can be spent, of which, at least it says on number B, development of lands acquired for recreation and conservation purposes, and C, maintenance of lands acquired for recreation and conservation purposes. And so, you know, look, I'm not a lawyer, but based on what I see here and what our county council said, I'm pretty confident that we don't need an additional legal opinion on this expenditure of dollars.